Olivia Bennet stared at the single candle flickering on her chocolate cupcake. The small flame danced, casting shadows across the polished wood of the cafe table. She glanced at her watch, 3:47 p.m. Her father had promised to be here by 3 o'clock. "Would you like anything else, sweetheart?" the waitress asked, sympathy evident in her eyes. The woman had already brought Olivia to free refills of hot chocolate in the past hour. "No, thank you," Olivia replied softly. "I'm sure my dad will be here any minute." The waitress nodded, though. Her tight smile suggested she didn't believe it either. Olivia watched her walk away, then turned her attention back to the cupcake. 11 years old today, and she was celebrating alone. Her phone buzzed with a text message. "Running late. Big meeting. Order whatever you want. Love ya." Olivia's shoulders slumped. She'd heard this before too many times to count. Since her mother had left 3 years ago, her father had buried himself in work. Thomas Bennet was a successful architect who designed beautiful spaces for other families. While his own home remained cold and empty, she picked up the small gift box she'd brought. Inside was a hand-drawn card for her father, a picture of them together at the beach, a memory from before her mother left. She'd spent hours on it, hoping it might remind him of happier times. The cafe door chimed as new customers entered, bringing with them a blast of autumn air. A man walked in holding the hand of a young girl with curly hair pulled into 2 messy buns. The girl was chattering excitedly, pointing at the display case of pastries. "Can we get the one with sprinkles, Dad? Please?" "Sure thing, Pumpkin." Man laughed, his voice warm and gentle. Olivia looked away quickly when she realized she was staring. She picked up her fork and poked at the cupcake, breaking off a small piece but not eating it. The cafe was filling up now, most tables occupied by groups of friends or families enjoying their Saturday afternoon. Their laughter made her loneliness feel even more pronounced. Her phone remained silent. No new messages from her father. Number? Calls. She opened her backpack and pulled out a dog-eared copy of The Secret Garden. Books had become her escape worlds where children found happiness and belonging even after feeling forgotten. The waitress had returned. "I'm sorry, but we're getting really busy. Would you like to move to a smaller table?" "This one seats 4, and we have a party waiting." Heat rushed to Olivia's cheeks. "Of course, I'm sorry. I'll just... ... She began gathering her things, trying to hide her embarrassment. "Or I could box up your cupcake if you'd prefer to take it home," the waitress suggested gently. Olivia nodded, unable to speak past the lump in her throat. She'd been so sure today would be different. Her father had specifically promised as the waitress walked away to get a box. Olivia blinked rapidly to hold back tears. She wouldn't cry. Not here. Not where everyone could see. "Excuse me." Olivia looked up to find the curly-haired girl standing beside her table, clutching a cookie decorated with pink frosting and rainbow sprinkles. "Are you having a birthday?" the girl asked, pointing to Olivia's cupcake with its single candle. "Before?" Olivia could answer. The girl's father appeared behind her. "Emma, don't bother the young lady," he said, placing a gentle hand on his daughter's shoulder. And that's when everything changed. Asterisk. "It's okay," Olivia said, managing a small smile. "And yes, it's my birthday today." The man's eyes softened as he took in the scene, single cupcake, 1 candle, and a girl sitting alone. His daughter, Emma, gasped with delight. "Happy birthday." "I'm Emma, and I'm 8. How old are you?" she asked, bouncing slightly on her toes. "I'm 11 today," Olivia replied, surprised by the girl's enthusiasm. The father extended his hand. "I'm Nathan Parker. It seems my daughter has decided to introduce herself." His smile was kind, with crinkles around his eyes that suggested he laughed often. "Would you mind if we joined you? This place is packed, and it looks like you have some extra seats?" Olivia hesitated. Her father might arrive any minute, though she knew that was unlikely. Still, the thought of sharing her birthday with strangers felt strange. Yet something about Emma's bright eyes and Nathan's gentle demeanor made her nod. "I'm Olivia Bennet," she said as they settled into the chairs across from her. "That's a pretty name," Nathan commented, helping Emma arrange her cookie and hot chocolate. "Are you waiting for someone, Olivia?" "My dad," she answered, fidgeting with her napkin. "He's just running late from work." Nathan nodded, not pressing further. Instead, he asked, "What grade are you in?" "Six," she replied, relaxing slightly. "At Greenwood Middle. No way." Emma exclaimed, "That's where I'll go after elementary. School? Is it scary? Do they really have lockers?" For the first time that day, Olivia found herself genuinely smiling. "It's not scary at all. Yes, we have lockers, but they're kind of small." As they talked, the waitress returned with a box for Olivia's cupcake, looking confused at the new arrivals. "Oh, these are my... Olivia paused, not sure what to call them. "Friends," Nathan supplied easily. "We just joined the birthday celebration, if that's okay." The waitress brightened. "Of course. Would you like me to bring the cupcake back out?" Olivia nodded, suddenly feeling less eager to leave. "And maybe some candles?" Nathan suggested. No birthday is complete without making a wish. While the waitress went to fetch candles, Emma peppered Olivia with questions about her favorite books, movies, and what presents she'd received. Olivia found herself warming to the girl's curiosity. "I haven't opened any presents yet," she admitted. "My dad and I were supposed to do that together." Nathan's expression flickered with understanding. "Well, every birthday deserves something special," he said, reaching into his pocket. He pulled out a small notebook with a blue leather cover and silver stars embossed on the front. "I was saving this for Emma's teacher, but I think birthday. Magic trumps teacher appreciation. Would you like it?" Olivia stared at the notebook, taken aback by the unexpected gift. "Couldn't I insist?" Nathan said. "I'm a writer children's books, actually, and I always say that every story deserves to be told. Maybe you can write yours in here." The waitress returned with Olivia's cupcake, now adorned with 11 small candles that illuminated her face with a warm glow. "Make a wish," Emma urged, practically vibrating with excitement. Olivia closed her eyes. For years, she'd wished for her mother to come back, or for her father to be present. Today, she wished for something different, for more moments like this. One where she didn't feel so alone. She blew out the candles to Emma's delighted applause. "What did you wish for?" Emma asked. Nathan gently admonished. "Birthday wishes are secret, remember?" Olivia's phone buzzed again. Looking down, she saw another message from her father, stuck in traffic. "Might be another hour, so sorry, Livy." Nathan noticed her expression fall. "Everything okay?" "My dad's going to be later than he thought," she said quietly. Nathan glanced at his watch, then at Emma, who was happily decorating a napkin with crayons she'd pulled from her pocket. He made a decision. "Livia, would you like to join us for a proper birthday adventure?" "We were heading to the park to feed the ducks and then for ice cream. You're welcome to come along." For a moment, Olivia hesitated. She'd been taught not to go anywhere with strangers, but something about Nathan and Emma felt safe. Besides, she'd already texted her father to let him know where she'd be. "I'd like that," she finally said, tucking the blue notebook carefully into her backpack. The autumn afternoon embraced them as they left the cafe. Emma skipped ahead, dried leaves crunching beneath her purple sneakers, while Nathan and Olivia followed at a comfortable pace. "So you write children's books?" Olivia asked, genuinely curious. Nathan nodded. "I do. My latest is about a little girl who discovers a door to another world in her grandmother's garden." "That sounds like something I'd read," Olivia admitted. "I'll have to get you a copy," Nathan smiled. "Emma's my best critic." Brutal honesty, that. I heard that." Emma called back, making them both laugh. At the park, Emma insisted on teaching Olivia the proper way to feed ducks. "You have to throw little bits, not big pieces," she explained seriously. "And you can't just feed the big ducks. The little ones need food too." Nathan watched the girls from a nearby bench, occasionally snapping photos. When his phone rang, he answered it while keeping an eye on them. "Rebecca, hi," he said. "Yes, I got your message about the music program, ... Emma's thrilled, ... Olivia found herself relaxing in Emma's company. There was something refreshing about the younger girl's straightforward approach to friendship. "You have any brothers or sisters?" Emma asked, tossing another piece of bread to a particularly small duck. "No, it's just me and my dad," Olivia replied. ***. "Me too. Just me and my dad," Emma said. "My mom died when I was 4. The simple way Emma stated this fact caught Olivia off guard. "I'm sorry," Emma shrugged. "I don't remember her much." Dad says she was beautiful and played the piano. She looked up at Olivia. Where's your mom? Olivia tensed. She left 3 years ago. Oh, Emma said, processing this. Sad too. The honesty in her voice made Olivia's throat tighten. Adults always awkwardly changed the subject when her mother came up. Sometimes Dad gets sad, Emma continued. But then we have ice cream for dinner and watch movies in our pajamas until we fall asleep on the couch. Nathan returned to them, pocketing his phone. Speaking of ice cream, who's ready? At the ice cream parlor. Olivia chose mint chocolate chip. Emma selected bubblegum with extra sprinkles, and Nathan had plain vanilla, boring but reliable, he joked. They sat at a small table by the window, where the late afternoon sun cast golden light across their faces. Olivia's phone remained silent. No new messages from her father. How long have you lived in Riverdale? Nathan asked. All my life, Olivia replied. We have a house on Maple Street. We're on Oak Avenue, Emma chimed in. We just moved here last month. Emma starts at Westside Elementary on Monday, Nathan explained. We moved for my new job at the publishing house downtown. Is that where you write your books? Olivia asked. No, I'm actually an editor there. The writing happens at night after this little monkey goes to bed. He ruffled Emma's hair affectionately. Dad reads me his stories first, Emma said proudly. I tell him which parts are boring. Nathan laughed. And she's usually right. As they finished their ice cream, Olivia realized she hadn't thought about her father's absence for over an hour. The heaviness that had sat on her shoulders all day had lifted. Olivia, Nathan said carefully, would you like us to drop you? Home. It's getting late. She checked her phone again, still nothing from her father. Yes, please. Oh, if it's not too much trouble. In the car, Emma insisted Olivia sit next to her in the back seat. She showed Olivia her collection of small rocks and explained which ones had special powers. As they pulled up to Olivia's house, she noticed her father's car wasn't in the driveway. The familiar disappointment returned. Thank you for everything, she said quietly as she gathered her things. Wait, Nathan said, scribbling something on a piece of paper. This is my number. If you ever need anything, or just want to hang out with Emma again, please call. Olivia took the paper, a warm feeling spreading through her chest. I will. Bye, Olivia. Happy birthday, Emma called as she climbed out of the car. For the first time in years, despite everything, it truly had been. The week following her birthday brought unexpected changes to Olivia's life. Emma had convinced her father to invite Olivia to dinner on Wednesday, and by Friday they had a standing arrangement for Olivia to join their weekend trip to the Natural History Museum. You're out a lot lately, Thomas Bennett commented over breakfast on Saturday morning, looking up from his laptop. Dark circles rimmed his eyes, evidence of another late night at the office. I made some friends, Olivia replied, stirring her cereal. Nathan and Emma Parker. I met them on my birthday. A flicker of guilt crossed her father's face. About that day, Livy. I'm truly sorry I missed it. Olivia nodded, having heard similar apologies before. It's okay. Nathan's a children's book, author, and an editor. Emma's 8 and just started at Westside Elementary. Her father frowned slightly. Nathan, you mean a grown man approached you at the cafe? Dad, it wasn't like that, Olivia protested. They were nice. They saw I was alone and what? Decided to befriend an 11-year-old girl. His voice sharpened. Olivia, we've talked about strangers. We're not strangers anymore, she countered, frustration building. Besides, you weren't there. The words hung between them, heavy with accusation. Thomas closed his laptop, his expression softening. I know I haven't been very present lately, he admitted. Work has been demanding, but that's no excuse. I should have been there for your birthday. It's not just my birthday, Olivia said quietly. It's everything. Ever since Mom left, I don't want to discuss your mother, Thomas cut in, his tone final. Olivia fell silent, pushing her cereal bowl away. This was how it always went. A mention of her mother shut down all conversation. I'd like to meet these Parkers before you spend more time with them, her father said after a moment. Why don't you invite them for dinner tonight? Surprised by the offer, Olivia nodded. I'll text Nathan. Later that afternoon, Olivia fidgeted nervously as she waited for the doorbell to ring. Her father had ordered Italian food apiece. Offering of Sortson had even cleared the dining table of his work papers. When the doorbell finally chimed, Olivia rushed to answer it, finding Emma bouncing on her toes with Nathan standing behind her, holding a potted plant. "We brought a housewarming gift," Nathan explained as they entered. "Well, not exactly housewarming since you already live here, but it felt right." Thomas appeared from the kitchen, wiping his hands on a dish towel. His eyes narrowed slightly as he assessed Nathan. "Thomas Bennett," he said, extending his hand. "Thank you for looking after Olivia on her birthday." "Nathan Parker," Nathan replied, his grip firm. "And it was our pleasure. Your daughter is remarkable." Over dinner, the initial tension gradually dissolved. Emma regaled them with stories about her first week at school, while Nathan shared amusing anecdotes about the publishing industry. "So what brought you to Riverdale?" Thomas asked, refilling his wine glass. "A fresh start," Nathan answered. "After my wife passed, Boston held too many memories. The opportunity at Horizon Publishing came at the right time." "I'm sorry for your loss," Thomas said, his voice softening. "It's not easy raising a child alone." Something in his tone made Olivia look up. Her father rarely acknowledged the challenges of single parenthood. "No, it isn't," Nathan agreed. "But Emma makes it worthwhile." As the adults continued talking, Emma tugged on Olivia's sleeve. "Can I see your room?" Upstairs, Olivia showed Emma her bookshelf and the blue notebook Nathan had given her, now filled with story beginnings and sketches. "You're a good drawer," Emma observed, flipping through the pages. She paused at a portrait Olivia had attempted of a woman with long dark hair. "Is that your mom?" Olivia nodded, taking the notebook back. "From what I remember, do you know where she is?" "No," Olivia admitted. "Dad never talks about her. He gets angry whenever I ask." Emma considered this. "My music teacher, Ms. Collins, says sometimes grown-ups don't talk about sad things because they think it protects kids. But really it just makes us more confused." "Ms. Collins sounds smart," Olivia said. "She is. Dad likes her a lot." "I think they're going to kiss someday," Emma declared with certainty. When they returned downstairs, they found their fathers in deep conversation. "She just left." "Nathan was?" asking, his voice low, without any contact. Thomas nodded, looking more vulnerable than Olivia had seen in years. "The note just said she couldn't do it anymore being a mother, being married. She felt ... trapped." Olivia froze on the staircase, her heart pounding. Her father never spoke about her mother's departure. "Livy," Thomas said, noticing her. "I think it's time we talked about Mom." The evening air held a peculiar stillness as Nathan and Emma prepared to leave. Olivia stood in the doorway, her emotions a tangled mess after what her father had finally revealed. "We'll see you tomorrow at the museum," Emma asked, oblivious to the weight of the night's conversations. Olivia glanced at her father, who nodded encouragingly. "Yes, I'll be there." After their guests departed, Thomas guided Olivia to the living room couch. For a moment, they sat in silence, the ticking of the grandfather clock marking the seconds. "I should have told you long ago," Thomas began, his voice soft yet steady. "Your mother? She'd been struggling with depression since before you were born. I thought she was getting help, seeing a therapist, taking medication, but she wasn't." Olivia stared at her hands. "So it wasn't because of me?" Thomas's eyes widened in alarm. "Oh, Livy, no. Never. Is that what you've thought all this time?" The tears came then, hot and sudden. "You never talked about her. You threw away all her pictures. I thought you were angry because I reminded you of her, and that's why you're always working." Her father pulled her into his arms, his own tears dampening her hair. "I work because I'm afraid," he confessed. "Afraid of failing you like I failed her. I couldn't save her from her demons, and I've been terrified of facing my own." They talked for hours that night. Thomas revealed that her mother had reached out once, about a year after leaving, with a postcard from Arizona. She was getting help, finding herself, but wasn't ready to return. There had been no contact since. "I kept it from you because I thought it would hurt less than knowing she chose to stay away," he admitted. "I was wrong." Morning lights streamed through the kitchen windows as Olivia helped her father prepare breakfast, something they hadn't done together in years. "I like your friends," Thomas said, flipping pancakes. "Nathan seems like a good man." "He is," Olivia agreed. "Emma too. She says whatever she thinks." Thomas chuckled. "I noticed. It's refreshing." Olivia ventured. "Could we maybe start having dinner together more often? Even if it's just takeout?" Her father's expression softened. "I'd like that very much." At the museum, Nathan noticed the change immediately. "Everything okay?" asked while Emma dragged Thomas toward the dinosaur exhibit, chattering excitedly. "About fossil formations." "Better than okay," Olivia replied. "We talked about my mom last night. Really talked for the first time." Nathan smiled warmly. "That's brave of both of you." As they wandered through the prehistoric displays, Olivia observed her father laughing at Emma's enthusiastic commentary. Something had shifted in him, a heaviness lifted. Later, as they shared lunch in the museum cafe, Thomas surprised them. "All I was thinking," he said, setting down his sandwich. "The community center is hosting a father-daughter dance next month. Maybe, we could all go?" Emma clapped her hands excitedly, like a double date but with dads. The adults laughed, and Olivia felt a warmth spread through her chest. "I'd love that," Nathan said, his eyes meeting Thomas's with understanding. 2 weeks later, Olivia sat in Rebecca Collins's music room, fingers hesitantly touching piano keys, while Emma practiced her violin nearby. Nathan had suggested the lessons. And to everyone's surprise, Thomas had not only agreed, but rearranged his work schedule to drive Olivia there each week. "Music helps us express what words can't," Rebecca told her during their first lesson. The young teacher had kind eyes and a patient smile that reminded Olivia of the blue notebook, a gift given without expectation. On a crisp October evening, the four of them gathered in Nathan's backyard for a barbecue. While the men discussed grilling techniques, Olivia and Emma sprawled on a blanket, identifying shapes in the clouds. "Do you still miss your mom?" Emma asked, plucking grass stems. "Sometimes," Olivia admitted, "but it doesn't hurt as much now. Dad says it's okay too. Be sad about her leaving and still be happy about our life now." Emma nodded sagely. "That's what Ms. Collins says too." Feelings are complicated. Watching their fathers laugh together by the grill, Olivia realized that what had begun as the loneliest birthday of her life had transformed into something beautiful, not a replacement for what she'd lost, but something new and unexpected. That night, she wrote in her blue notebook, "Sometimes the best gifts arrive when you least expect them. Not because you wished for them, but because someone noticed you sitting alone and decided to join you." 3 months after her 11th birthday, Olivia Bennett no longer sat alone. Her table had expanded, filled with new voices, shared stories, and the understanding that families weren't always what you were born into, sometimes what you found when you needed them most. And it had all begun with a single cupcake, one flickering candle, and the courage to say yes to an unexpected invitation. "Sing,"